That's beautiful. That's Justin. I'm Jason. This is our 2012 vacation video. We went to Dauphin Island, Alabama. Day one we actually spent in Wiggins, Mississippi. It's about an hour and a half from actually Dauphin Island. But this is where my parents lived. Basically hung out at the pool. There's the dogs. There's Grandpa Jack. Had some steaks last night. They were medium rare. There's Justin showing off something. That's my mother.
Still at day one.
Jennifer.
Dinner's over.
And my sister. It was actually her birthday, her 37th birthday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, can't agree with that.
Yes, I am a dick.
Here we go.
Day two, we actually got up early and went golfing. This was actually 9:30 in the morning, and it was steamy as all get out here.
It was a scorcher there, B Daddy J.
Did you go over on the hill?
Yes, I did.
Sure.
Yes, now we get to see what a real swing looks like.
Okay. Just so you guys know, Justin here, a 3-time GAC's medalist. Pretty good in the golf game, some kids say. That's what I've been told.
I'm actually the champion of a scramble over in Illinois.
Because he was on my team would be why.
Short.
That's why he's...
We have a trophy.
Yeah. I have the trophy. It's in my room. That was bad. That was just all bad right there. This is solid as... There it is. Have some of that. Break that down there.
Only got to play 9 holes. It got extremely warm. We actually could have played another 18 for like $10, but nobody on the course, which is nice.
Who's shooting that angle? Analyze that, Johnny Miller. And then analyze that.
Huge ass draw for an lid.
Wow.
And
let's see if we get this finish up here. Yeah, just casual.
This was a gimme, so I wasn't trying.
Okay, was it?
On camera.
All right. Actually, this was the morning. This afternoon, we actually drove down to Dauphin Island. Like I said, it was about an hour and a half. Right here is where the bridge starts. This is the part of the video that's probably going to be the most boring for most people, but it's going to be for about the next 10 minutes. This is actually our whole drive in. This bridge is about 3 miles long to get over to the island. It's about 30 miles south of Mobile, Alabama.
The only thing I got out of this is if you guys have seen Bad Boys 2, the bridge scene when all the cars start blowing up and everything. That's what I thought of. By the way, I'm filming this, so the boring part that you guys say is technically perfection right here. Here it is. Look at that.
Yeah.
Don't even know what I'm filming. There he is, saying something useless.
There's my sister.
Chilling in the
We
background.
brought her along.
It's a beautiful day there, Father, wasn't it?
It actually ended up being a real beautiful day. This was about 7 days after Hurricane
Something.
yeah, whichever one that came through here just this past
Hurricane,
year.
not as scary as it was.
Isaac. It was
There
Hurricane
is.
Isaac that came through just about 7 days before this. Now, we were actually a little bit scared if we were going to get to go. But nothing actually got damaged on the island.
As you can see.
Yeah, there was some sand on the road, but it was on the far western side, where the island's actually only about a few hundred meters wide. And there was actually about 4 foot of sand on there, but that was only a couple houses that were affected down that way. But for the most part, no damage was done to anything basically on the island.
By the way, just have a comment on the editing done here by my father. I'm loving this 1930s scat music we got going on in the background. It's phenomenal.
Just a little smooth jazz.
That's right.
Now those poles out there, I think Jill made the comments like, oh my god, it's flooded out there. That's how they get power to the island.
That's right. That's correct. They got the power lines going through there. I always mentioned when we were driving here, I just thought of how tremendously hard it must be for the workers to fix those power lines if anything was damaged.
Well, actually it was damaged. Now that you mentioned, a sailboat hit it just about that day that storm came through.
That's fantastic.
I'm not texting and driving, that's the GPS.
No, I think you were actually in this clip telling us about what was the movie Forrest Gump? You were
Oh, that's
telling us about
right.
a
Coming up
Forrest
here on
Gump
the left, if you've ever seen the movie Forrest Gump, when he goes down and starts to shrimp, it's actually was shot, some of the scenes were shot right down here to the left. There'll be I think a green building as soon as we get across this bridge, and behind there. Now, from what I understand, that the actual scenes were damaged during Katrina and Ivan. I think both of them actually got a little bit of it, so it's not probably the exact same dock, but it was where it was filmed.
By the way, you all now owe us $5 for the tour visit, right? That you guys are going
Actually,
on right
he's
now.
zooming in over here. Our place that we're staying is actually just right over that way.
We're starting to get over the bridge here.
Yeah. Now, Actually, the causeway, which we never filmed, this is just before you get onto the road, was actually flooded for a couple days. They had actually closed access to the island, but that was during the high point of the storm, over a week ago. It was actually kind of busy that way. And this was actually Labor Day weekend. When we were going down there, like I said, we had plans that, there was going to be tons of people down there, but there ended up being tons of people down there, tons of boats.
That seemed like a lot of them left after the first day we were there, because I think what was that, the next day was
we
Monday.
went down on a Sunday, and then Monday was Labor Day, and then after Labor Day, it cleared out. Now, right there to the...
clearing up restaurant right there.
Right there. That's actually the area where they shot that Forrest Gump we were talking about.
Barnacle Bills is somewhere over there. Are we up to that yet?
Yeah, we just drove by Barnacle Bills, which we had lunch on Wednesday.
Pretty cool place.
And the waitress is a Cowboys fan.
That's right. You remember that because he's a perv.
This is the one main road leading into the island, and I mean, this is it. There's basically two main roads. This one's it, and then there's one that goes east and west, which you'll come up to here in a second. There's a gas station and a little store called a Ship and Shore, which I've spent thousands of dollars there in just a few days because their prices are a little bit higher.
And his girlfriend worked there.
And my girlfriend worked there. She looked a little bit like Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Okay, well, not at all.
I would have did her.
Okay, watch this little zoom in shot here.
And this is the main water tower, and somebody did do a good job of...
Ooh, Scorsese, eat your heart out. That's perfection right there. Correct, Father?
That's what I wanted.
All right.
Yeah, this is about basically the center of the island. We were roughly, I think, about 2.5 miles here to going toward the west end of the island. Now, the west end of the island, like I said, was where all the sand was, but that's further than where we're actually going.
You'd have took a left there at that little intersection. Nice little barbecue shack you could have went over to. We went over there one day. Pretty good food over there.
And you had?
I had I believe a cheeseburger. I wanted to get something else, but I pussed out and I didn't get it. And I just went and got a cheeseburger.
I had the fish platter.
That didn't have fish on it.
That didn't have fish on it because they were out of fish on an island that does fishing.
So he just had a platter.
Yeah, actually, I had fried oysters and fried clams and hush puppies, and it was actually really good. One of the best oysters.
Good.
Yeah, the oysters are probably some of the best oysters I've ever had fried.
This would be to the left, the golf course we could play, but I believe it was closed right before we got there. I was in really, really rough shape.
Yeah, they kind of let it go to pot. Nobody was playing for some reason.
We really wanted to play there, but...
They closed it on Labor Day, and not because of the storm, but because they were broke.
And because it's a piece of crap.
This island's actually really quiet. The whole time we were there, and I don't think it was just because it was the off season. There's not a lot of touristy stuff to do. The east end of the island, which you'll see here in a little bit, we had like a little sea lab thing, and there's a fort. Well, other than that, there wasn't very much. I mean, the Ship and Shore was basically the main store that stayed open pretty much, late in the evening. But there were a couple little restaurants that were really open. You had to look and see what time they were open. They were open on select days. Most everything was closed down on Tuesday, just to, I guess, due to lack of people traffic in there. But this apartment complex right here to the left, we actually looked into staying. Is it going to be about the same what we ended up staying at, price-wise? But
we had to haul all of our fishing gear down every time we wanted to leave or go somewhere. It would have been a pain.
Yeah, they were on the 5th floor, so we would have had to lug all our stuff.
It was a really nice hotel in a little place there.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's brand new. I mean, the place is only a couple years old, so that's one of the little bars. There's a couple little bars there, which they seem to get up a little traffic toward Wednesday, but basically Tuesday everything was pretty much dead. Yep. I think it was that's the night we had.
God, you're showing pizza. Really just improper ways to drive, which is your cell phone out there.
That's GPS, not texting.
I mean, you could put it up on a...
All right, this is getting toward the west end of the island. Down here, it's basically all just houses. We did just drive past on the left near the condos that we just saw. There was a public beach there. Now, the public beach on Sunday and Monday was packed. I mean, there was no parking hardly anywhere in the parking lot. I think it did cost $5 to go. As we'll show you a little later, there's a way to get around it if you want to hoof it a little bit. Basically, all these houses here, too, they're all owned, I think, mostly by rental companies. I wouldn't say all of them. You do have a lot of residents. I think there's 1,200 residents that live on the island permanently, but a lot of these are owned by rental properties and rental management agencies. The one we actually rented from is owned by a lady. I think she owns this one, and there's another one over in Gulf Shores, which is a 40-minute ferry ride from here. But this one here is a little A-frame. I mean, it suited everything we needed for, you know, basically a relaxing vacation. Digging the jazz.
I'm all over it, man. You know, I like me some Big Bandy.
And this is the street we were staying on. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember the name right now.
Something. I just remembered the house was 333, and we ended up turning right to it.
Yeah, it was 333.
Should be coming up on it right here. That's doubting that it's actually the house and then turning into the house.
Yeah, almost went past it. This is a little bit, like I said, basically a little A-frame. There actually used to be a bottom story with a bedroom and a bathroom on the bottom, actually. But during Hurricane Ivan, which was before Katrina, they had suffered a lot of damage on this, so they basically took it out. All right, this is, yeah.
It's beautiful right there.
Yeah, this was going, this is basically our first look. I mean, there was a deck that goes all the way around it. We came around.
Just how apropos is that? Just step right out, there's a boat right there.
Yeah, basically it's like it was on cue.
Right there. By the way, just have to mention your just knowledge of storms. You sound like Jim Cantori. It's fantastic.
I was actually born in 1970 and during Hurricane Camille, which was the next big one before Katrina.
You continue to astonish me.
If I had the money, I'd be honest with you, I would buy a place like this. I think
it'd be cool to have a little place when we go down and visit.
But this was the docks that basically went down. We were basically right in the middle of the road.
Is that bridge we just came over?
Yeah, there's the bridge we actually just came over. I think down there was just a huge boat. The guy never left it. They were all there, but they never took it out.
A day.
And this is down the other side where we made a little friend.
This is our Alabama Cribs edition.
Yeah, this is the Cribs edition. This is us going upstairs. These real tiny, narrow metal steps that take us upstairs. There were 2 bedrooms and a bath upstairs. Like I said, we had plenty of room for the 3 of us. I think we each had our own bedroom, and this was mine because I'm the boss. I get the upstairs one with the balcony.
I just have to mention those stairs. I don't believe we're going to get a downstairs shot at it. Batman Returns, when the Penguin walks down the stair, that's exactly the stairs we had in our house.
This is the view off my balcony. Obviously, I'm pointing out where the stupid bridge is, like they couldn't figure it out on their own.
We've already said it like 8 times now, so I don't know.
I was talking with the lady. There's a lady that was down a couple houses down, and she said that actually the water was a lot more bluer, you know, over the summer than before that storm had hit a few days ago, and it kind of murked up things and got it a little brown. But it's still
oxygen
beautiful.
levels coming into the water there, wasn't it?
You have no clue what you're talking
I don't, but I'm just gonna say it anyway.
Yeah, just like any Hoosiers checking out the closets.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, we get a little surprise here in a minute when we check out the closet.
I don't know if there's any taping of that.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I was not up on the production on this video. I just kind of got thrown in here. Oh, there wasn't.
That's Jill's room. Okay, this is going downstairs. The kitchen into the living room area. And if you don't get sick. And I found a flashlight.
That's right.
TV wasn't much, but we really didn't need it.
Had to watch some Raw, though, bro. You know?
I don't know what that means.
I know what it means. That's all that matters.
We did watch football. Wednesday night we got the
season opener.
The season opener. We did watch a little football. And here's our view that we had out the back of the place. It was actually really beautiful. This is us later that evening. Basically all we did the first day, well, I mean, we golfed and drove over there, but we actually just sat down here and fished. Just me, my sister, and Justin. And I think coming up here, we don't really get it because it happened so quick, actually. I was going to put this down not thinking it'd be our normal fishing, and we weren't going to catch squat.
Hey, you shouldn't have doubted me.
And actually, we were sitting down here and just kind of enjoying the evening. This is getting probably close to 5 or 6 o'clock.
It's a really nice breeze coming off that coming off the Gulf sitting down there.
It actually never got warmer than 90 degrees the weekend we were down there. And like I said, this was the first week of September.
It was scorcher when we went to the grandparents' house, but it was a nice breeze when we got down there.
The humidity was swampy. Let's put it that way. Oh, there it goes. That was our first fish of the weekend. Day 3. That's actually the ferry between Dauphin Island and Gulf Shores. There's actually 2 ferries that run. They run about an hour apart. It takes about 40 minutes to get from the island over there.
Does it say do not touch somewhere?
Yeah, it does. It's on that big sign right in the middle of the exhibit. But this is the Sea Lab or Aspergium. Want to try that again?
I don't know. He wanted to say equestrian, I think it was. Or something without horses. Though.
Basically, this is a little place you can go learn about all the Gulf Gulf Coast animals,
wildlife.
Wildlife. Thank you.
Those 2 snakes.
Note the David Perron shirt. Losers.
Repping the Blues. This is actually a little area that you can get a little knowledge, but it's actually they do a lot of research and a lot of work out there to keep things.
Basically, this was the beginning of our 5th grade field trip, starting at the sea. These were all things we were too scared to touch.
Actually, they were all real things, too. There was, like, real octopus. Those weren't, like, fake. It didn't allow you to touch them. This lady was actually really cool.
What would octopus be plural? What is the octopus?
Octopi.
That's what you were catching last night.
Like a lobster tail. No, well, that's
It sounds like an actual pie. What is that? Octopi.
That's a manatee.
Piece of pie.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
What has she got there?
I don't know, but you just said that's pretty sweet on a rib bone. She didn't say ribeye.
Octopuses.
This is a shark tank. There were hammerheads. There were little fish there. There's big fish there. It was actually a little bit smaller than what you thought when you walked in, but it was actually pretty cool. It was air
Big boy
conditioned.
right there.
It was air conditioned. Trust me, that's a
Yeah,
good
it's
thing.
one of
Because
the bigger-
our next part of the trip was to Fort Gaines.
Fort Hell.
This was a Civil War fort. I don't know, the Battle
Built
of
by
Mobile.
Nazis in the devil, I believe.
I'll be honest with you. It was really
Probably
hot,
the
so we
hottest
didn't do much
fucking tour I've
reading.
ever been on.
But we still went on the paths.
I think my son said he's gonna punch me in my face for this one.
I didn't, I should have.
This is basically on the east end of the island. This is actually looking out toward the Gulf on this side.
We did get some good views, I'll give you that, but it was way too hot.
Well, actually, the breeze up there on that part of the fort was nice. It's down there where I'm aiming, where it just basically was swampy as all get out.
Torture chambers.
But I'll be honest with you, I couldn't tell you anything about this fort.
He just taped it to tape it. Kind of felt like we were on an Amazing Race route marker here.
Yeah, this was Labor Day. There were us three workers,
Yep.
and I think another couple.
There was another couple that came in a little bit later.
With a really good-looking woman that I tried to tape, and
Came up awkward and I caught him.
Somebody caught me on it.
Yeah. He
Oh, this is
continued-
me. I actually snuck off on my own here.
Oh, what a little
Yeah, went on
Drake's
a little-
fortune here.
Here's some intelligent conversation, I'm pretty sure, coming up.
This is our underground.
This is actually the museum. This was air conditioned.
Yeah, that's all I cared about.
And I mean, it was cold as all get out. And as you see here in a second, my sister's not looking at she's not looking at an exhibit in here. That's actually an air conditioner duct. She's like,
That's tremendous. Mannequins were a little bit creepy.
and here's Jill testing her strength.
What would be funny is like if you really try and hurt yourself.
That's effort right there.
Yeah, I almost lost it. And there's Justin.
Guns right there, baby.
Oh, you're right. You're right. We gotta go out that door.
And this is us leaving.
What? Let's go.
Catch this conversation for you people.
Yes, it is.
Fantastic. We were arguing which door we came in.
This was the sunset of that evening. Basically, I think we went back. I think I checked for chicken wings that night.
Yes, they were tremendous. My father's an outstanding cook.
The next day, me and my sister, we actually,
Hiking up this dune.
the lady that we'd stayed with said something about this
already
place.
stopped.
You know, you go there, it's supposedly a great view, and we're like, all right, let's go exploring. Somebody didn't go with us.
Because I'm smart. That would be why. As you can tell here, these idiots walking up hills that they weren't actually supposed to go on because this was a area you weren't supposed to be going to, correct?
We find that out at the end of the trip.
Well, that's, a key time to find it out at the end.
But this is about a 60-foot dune. I mean, this sand here is really loose, too. It's real fine and real loose. It is a pain to walk in.
Okay, they're going to film some Star Wars and Tatooine over here.
But it's funny because we literally thought as soon as we got to the top of this hill, the beach was right here. From what we were understanding, reading a little thing, because like I said, the lady left us lots of cool stuff, where to eat and all that stuff. But
And as
It is
Joe
when you made the
often
steps
does,
for me.
we've made a big mistake because it wasn't right over
and
there.
right, I think if you heard me on the coming of the hill, I said what, and I think Jill said the beach isn't here.
This shit ain't no joke.
Lean the way I lean.
Yeah, I was at home sitting in the air conditioning, not doing stupid crap like that.
Actually, it was really. This was probably, if you look, it's the worst day we had here. It was a little cloudy, but this is what we saw when we got. It was basically a huge dune, and I don't know if it's going to come across on the video that much, but this is actually a pretty good hike to the water from here,
And they did it
and we did it.
for some reason.
That's a fucking workout.
And as two athletes that we are, here we go.
Let the trek begin.
It took us probably a good. And I'm editing a lot of this stuff out.
White Island. I'm gonna get lost.
It's probably 10 minutes.
It probably took us 10, 15 minutes to get all the way to the water from here, which is not that big of a deal. But walking on the sand, not knowing where you're going.
Especially when you know you're pretty much just going to go there and look at it.
Yeah,
I really don't
And
think
then-
you can get to
and
the
then
beach this way. Oh, and something.
yeah, right here.
Can't experience that wildlife actually.
Oh, that
We
was
were
funny.
coming up to like a greener part with some trees and stuff like that, getting out of the sand. And I heard it something, and you don't know what to think. Alligator, snake
holy
on the
shit.
ground. I'm looking down. These two
That's where-
huge,
that's where we
huge,
came
like
from.
4 foot tall
Way
birds
over
jumped out of
there.
that tree almost and hit her. As funny as all get out.
Your Les Stroud senses kicked in there. You had to go into
It's
survival
like a
mode
big,
right there.
I would say 50, 60 foot high sand wall. I don't know.
I don't think the videos are doing it
We came
justice,
from
but
way
it's a
over
pretty good
there.
hike, and I work outside and
Good
do a lot
progress.
of.
Day
Okay,
4.
let's chill down here.
But we're still not toward the water.
Almost like Lewis and Clark. Christopher Columbus before. Magellan.
We are the explorers.
Christopher Columbus had a little bit better idea where he was going, and
hell yeah.
you guys kind of just.
Actually, he didn't.
That's true. That is true. He kind of just
We
went
made
on
it to a
voyage and
freebie.
just ended up somewhere.
He was looking for something, so.
Thank God he found what he found. You know what I'm saying, Father?
Free beach.
Look at that beach. That's tremendous right there.
Actually, we went this not knowing, over where I'm pointing here in a second. There's actually the public beach. It's not that far from here. Like I said, it's $5 to get on. But we were actually just going to see if we could see what was over here.
They found water.
Yes, we found water, and I'm in it, Gulf of Mexico.
Outstanding. Saved how much before going to the public beach? Saved $5. What was it?
This is
Something like that.
Down there was actually a family. They were lucky they had a boat, so they just be able to pile up on there and have a little barbecue. And down this way, there was actually 2 other people like on that. And I have no clue where they
you
came
can
from.
pay $5
Kind
to
of sounding
get
like
on.
creepy stalkers right
Which we'll
now.
probably
Oh,
do
you
next
can't see
time.
them.
You can
Yeah,
drive
see
right to that
people
one.
down there.
You saw them. That's all that matters.
But basically, not much
bad.
on the beach.
In other words, Justin 1, them 0.
Nah, it was nice out there.
Debatable.
Oh shit. People coming after us.
I mean, it actually really was. It was
A couple
beautiful.
people down
It was
there.
like it was not
Wednesday-
hot.
What day is it? Wednesday? Tuesday.
But yeah, I think over that way there was it's like a reef there.
The beach.
Reef's the right word. But
That's
basically, there were a couple boats parked up over there.
Okay, leaving
People
the
get out and go
beach.
camping. And
And
that's what we had, and now we're
journey our
going
way
back.
back. We can figure it out.
Now, I fast forwarded this, hoping that it wouldn't be as long and as boring, but our computer's just a little laggy, so I don't even know what this is actually going to look like. I'm just hoping it's not horrible. Because I've been working on this video for, well, I mean, like 8 hours.
We're really busy, you know?
But actually, on our way back, we find a trail.
Oh my
And-
God.
Yeah. No, we were like 100 yards over the other side, and we're trudging through like stickers and crap like that, and kind of find out, look at this, perfect trail all the way to the beach from where we were coming.
Pretty crappy navigation skills.
We didn't know where we were going.
So most explorers don't.
There were a couple of huge houses, though, right on the other side of these dunes.
Yeah, maybe they were the people that put up the sign
They
that said you
probably-
can't go to where you went.
Yeah, here in a little bit, we're going to get back to where we started. We get down to the bottom of the hill, and I'm taping my sister coming down the hill. Right off to my right, I see the sign that said, no parking, no trespassing, private property, no access to the beach. And I was like, ooh.
It was an idiot proof, I guess.
Well, we had a note saying what to do.
Oh, well, you know. I got a note saying jump off the bridge. I don't think you want to do it. This music's tremendous. Let's get editing.
It's Flight of the Bumblebees.
There it is.
And this is us arriving. My sister to the smoker. Probably hating life at this point. No, actually, it wasn't that bad.
Seashell for free.
Was
Maybe-
it good or was it bad? You
maybe
can't
for her.
make the decision.
I mean, walking through that sand's tough. It's like, I mean, it's really loose, light sand.
Alright. Wonder if
I mean, it's pretty cool. Like, this little island, you can basically drive anywhere. I mean, nobody gave us crap the whole time we were there.
Well, it's kind of like you can make your own little adventures every day and go do, make your little trek anywhere you want to go.
It kind of sucks. The golf course was actually right down behind us to the right. It was down that way. And if they would just kind of kept it up, it was actually a really cool course. It was right on the water.
Needed a lot of work on it.
Yeah, they needed to do a lot of work because they let it go.
I
But
need to put in some stuff.
It was pretty cool because it was on the water, though.
Oh,
Wish it
I
could-
really thought something was in
I
there.
mean, even just make a 9-hole par
Watch out for
3
the
or
stickers
something like
coming
that.
down, though.
But it was only, I think, $12 to play 18 or something like that. But yeah, that was walking it, but 18 with a cart.
Here's Jill. She's walking. Oh, no parking. Private property. No beach access.
That's unfortunate.
Our signs.
You guys just go ahead and do it anyway, didn't you?
Yeah, like I said, we saw the sign afterwards, so we're,
Alright, we made it back. Glad we saw
I
the
think it's
sign
not
after
against the
we
wall
left.
if you see it afterwards. This was that evening. We actually had got some really. This is the only time it actually rained the whole time we were there, and it was only in the evening. The waves were just crashing. This was probably about 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening, but later that night it came down in buckets. I mean, I think somebody said we actually got like 3 or 4 inches of rain overnight, which was a ton.
Caught a fish in that rain, though. Redfish. Pretty solid.
And this was the next morning. Basically, everything had blown over. It was actually really beautiful that next morning.
Gotta mention the array of birds we had on our island.
Yeah, I
It's
think
one of
it
the
is called
birdiest. I don't even know
It's
the
the
term.
birdliest island on it. They actually
Birdliest?
have bird sanctuaries that you can go walk through, which I don't think we did. But
A lot of cool birds. Literally, you could just throw a fish over and feed it. I did it once. It was pretty cool.
we did all we did this last day was actually just fish. We sat on the dock. We did go out and have lunch at a place called Barnacle Bill's. It was at the very beginning of the video when we got across the island. It was that green building on the left, but really good food there too. The only thing I'd regret trying is not trying the buffalo shrimp.
Yeah, that probably was pretty tasty.
This is a redfish that Justin had caught that night. This is actually a really decent sized redfish.
King of the Gulf right there, baby.
We basically caught a little bit of everything: redfish, trout.
That's how it is when you go to the
hard
Gulf.
heads, which are kind of pain in the catfish. But anyway, this is going to wrap up our video. Here's a couple of our pictures. Hope you enjoyed it.
Send you out with some crew, baby.
Yeah.
You know I'm a dreamer, but my heart's of gold. I had to run away high, so I wouldn't come home low. Just when things went right, it doesn't mean they were always wrong. Just take this song, and you'll never be left all alone. Take me to your heart, fill me in your bones. Just one more night.